Well, hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Kanab Bali, and you're watching the Cricket Next YouTube channel. And we are here to discuss a very interesting topic. And this is about the Fab Four. I'm pretty sure you must have seen the thumbnail and read the title by now. Fab Four is a Virat Kohli, Joe Root, Steve Smith, Kane Williamson. When these four players, now the legends of the game, when they were young, a term Fab Four was coined. क्योंकि जिस तरह की क्रिकेट ये खेल रहे थे अपने रिस्पेक्टिव कंट्रीज के लिए, they were looking poles apart from the rest of the cricketers in the world, and they just started climbing up the ladder together. थोड़ा एक एक टाइम पे कोई एक आगे होता था, एक टाइम पे कोई एक आगे होता, but at one point of time Virat Kohli was way up there. The way he was performing from 2016 to 2020, it was a dream phase. Steve Smith, a gun test cricketer, the kind of cricket that he played in the red ball format. इसी पे और चर्चा करने के लिए कि उस फैब फोर में क्या फर्क था और वो फैब फोर का जो फॉर्म है उसमें अब क्या शिफ्ट आया है, वो जो रैंकिंग्स हैं, जो रन्स हैं, उसमें क्या शिफ्ट आया है, ये डिस्कस करने के लिए मेरे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं साहिल मल्होत्रा. हाय साहिल, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर टॉकिंग टू अस, टॉकिंग अबाउट फैब फोर हियर. वी ऑल नो कैसा उन्होंने शुरुआत की थी. वी हैव बीन ट्रैकिंग दीज प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम अ वेरी यंग एज. जब इनका डेब्यू हुआ था तब से लेके अब तक काफी चेंजेस आए हैं. सबसे पहले तो हाउ डू यू सी दिस शिफ्ट इन द फैब फोर? आपको एक ग्राफिक अपनी स्क्रीन पे दिखाएंगे हम. 2020 में ये था सेंचुरीज का पारा. 27 सेंचुरीज थी विराट कोहली की और 17 सेंचुरीज थी जो रूट की. और आज की डेट में अगर आप देखेंगे 33 सेंचुरीज है जो रूट की, 29 है विराट कोहली की. बहुत मेजर शिफ्ट आया है, लास्ट से आगे आगे जो रूट. साहिल, हाउ डू यू सी दिस?
I think मतलब ये graphic तो is an eye opener Kanav, honestly to me as well, because you know the fact that Joe Root has scored runs by the tons in the last 3-4 years, but just the kind of comparison which you have drawn with this graphic, 27 to 29 and 17 to 33, ये मतलब दो चीजें इससे reinstate हो रही हैं. Baseball has certainly helped Joe Root blossom into the batter he has. Not that he was any inferior when the wickets were kind of on the testing side, but the batting paradise which we have seen under Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum, I think it has definitely allowed Joe Root to accumulate those runs and tons. And he has shown his quality across here. Even when he came to India, I remember one of the innings where he kind of just blocked all the outside noise when so much was said about his reverse laps, reverse sweeps, and he stuck to his basics. Others around him continued to play in baseball fashion, but he stuck to his basics and scored those runs. So quality player, yeah, having scored runs home and away, and his consistency has kind of come at a time where you have seen Kane Williamson not in the best of his runs, Virat Kohli missing a lot of Test cricket in the last 2 years. I was just when you were giving the introduction to the show, I was remembering that he missed major chunk of the Border Gavaskar Trophy due to the birth of his first child, if I'm not wrong, and for the birth of his second child, he missed the entire Test series against England, which were 5 tests. And between that, the matches which he played, the series against South Africa, the pitches were very testing. Then the home Border Gavaskar Trophy, which he played again, I think, except Ahmedabad, where he scored 100 and ended that long wait of 100 in Test cricket. I think all pitches were very difficult to bat on. They were minefields, and that is why you have seen that all India batters, not just Virat Kohli. If you talk about the likes of Chiteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, experienced that slump in the average, and it had primarily to do with the kind of pitches they played at home and then the hostility which they were made to deal with abroad. So all these things, आप सबको जोड़ लीजिए, कुछ भी कह लीजिए, but Joe Root is kind of head and shoulders ahead of the rest as far as Test cricket in the last 2 years is concerned. Now Virat has 10 tests, 10 टेस्ट मैच विराट के पास भी है. उस सूची को, उस टैली को और आगे लेके जाने के लिए पर मजा आने वाला है. जितना मजा हमें जो रूट को लास्ट 2-3 साल में देखकर आया है, आई होप उतना ही मजा बाकी इन 3 दिग्गजों को भी देखकर आए.
और जिस तरीके से आपने जो रूट के डिस्क्राइब किया, वी हैव द स्टैट्स फॉर इट. Since 2021, these are the numbers of all the four players. Joe Root has played the most number of matches. Obviously, England plays a lot of Test cricket. They play the highest number of tests in a year for any team in world cricket right now. 48 matches में 88 innings में he has scored 4,554 runs at an average of 56 or 17 centuries. As high, if you see the century column, you can see the stark difference between Joe Root and Virat Kohli, 17 and 2. You also gave very valid reasons, the number of test matches that Virat Kohli missed. But do you think, apart from the fact that Kohli missed a lot of matches, वो पुराने विराट कोहली टेस्ट मैच चले जो पीक हमने देखा था, हर सीरीज में डबल सेंचुरीज आ रही थी 2017 में जब वो जिस फॉर्म में थे, डू यू थिंक दैट विराट कोहली इज आल्सो सॉर्ट ऑफ लॉस्ट नाउ? वो फॉर्म, वो पीक वाले विराट कोहली क्या दोबारा देखने को मिल सकते हैं हमें?
बिल्कुल देखने को मिलने चाहिए कनव, बिकॉज आई kind of consider it the last leg of his international career now,
Yeah,
which is beginning with
yeah,
this home test season, which gets underway against Bangladesh on
yeah,
September 19th. I kind of feel that the next 10-12 months is the best time for us to enjoy Virat Kohli as a cricket reporter, as a cricket fan, someone who has seen him like grow into the beast which he has become now, the run making beast. But रन नहीं आए हैं यार. अगर आप, मैं अभी कुछ नॉक्स भी याद कर रहा हूँ, साउथ अफ्रीका में बहुत अच्छे दिखे थे.
हाँ,
ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट होम बॉर्डर गावस्कर ट्रॉफी में जो अरुण जेटली स्टेडियम में 40 आउट किया था, बहुत अच्छी बैटिंग की थी, सीधा खेल रहे थे, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे थे, बट वो लंबे रन मिसिंग थे. सो अब आप याद करते हैं वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया का दौरा जहां शतकों की झड़ी लगा दी थी. फिर आप
yeah,
याद करते हैं वेरी काइंड ऑफ पुट हिज इंग्लैंड डीमंस टू रेस्ट व्हेन ही काउंटर्ड द लाइक्स ऑफ जिमी एंडरसन. सब कह रहे थे Australia is fine, India is fine, you gotta breach the England frontier. He did that, had a phenomenal series. He battled James Anderson, Stuart Broad, countered overcast in grey conditions. So we all know that he has the caliber, he has the ability, he has the steely resolve and the mental resilience to overcome another hurdle in his career. He has faced plenty now. And
yeah,
before the 23 ODI World Cup, we were questioning whether we could see the consistency which we have seen in the past. And he had a phenomenal World Cup यार. मतलब अगर वो played on नहीं होता पैट कमिंस के ऊपर, who knows, November 19th could have been a different story.
yeah.
And not even November 19th. I don't remember the day of the T20 World Cup final. Was it 29th June?
29 June.
And had he not scored those runs on 29th June, सबसे ज़्यादा रन उन्हीं के थे. Even that
Yeah,
could have been a different story. The critics
yeah,
can get their swords out and say slow खेला, 20 रन और लग सकते थे. Fact of the matter is runs कहीं से नहीं लगे थे, एक ही जगह से लगे थे. तो जितने लगे थे वो gold थे. And he is capable of getting those runs यार. And these next 10 tests, you'll have a very close eye on him. Because when
yeah,
you talk about Fab Four, Kane Williamson, Steve Smith again, while Williamson hasn't played a lot of cricket, Steve Smith ओपन कर रहे हैं, नीचे आ रहे हैं, बैटिंग ऑर्डर को लेके काफी डिबेट चल रहा है उनका भी. बट
mm,
अगेन दीज आर लाइक फोर वंस इन अ जनरेशन काइंड ऑफ
yeah,
क्रिकेटर्स यार. मतलब आई कैन यू कैन वेल एंड ट्रूली कॉल देम द मॉडर्न डे ग्रेट्स in the red ball circuit. And it's difficult for the likes of even Rohit Sharma to get into that space. He's too
yeah,
a quality test batter, but he hasn't played a lot of test cricket as compared to these
yeah,
guys, because Rohit was a late bloomer when it late. I would not a late entrant, but a late regular, I would say, in Test cricket when he decided to open. So maybe इसीलिए उनका नाम इन चार के साथ नहीं मेंशन किया जाता. बट ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है यार. स्टीव स्मिथ, केन विलियमसन, न्यूजीलैंड भी इंडिया आ रही है, 3 टेस्ट मैचेस होने वाले हैं. सो वो भी एक्साइटिंग सीरीज होने वाला है. एंड आई थिंक
yeah.
इंग्लैंड आर गोइंग टू पाकिस्तान. सो जो रूट तो इसके अंदर और 5 सैकड़े जोड़ दो आप उसके, जिस हिसाब से पाकिस्तान का हाल चल रहा है.
डबल सेंचुरीज भी थोड़ी जो रूट ऐड कर लेंगे, वो तो
यस.
उनके लिए ड्रीम टूर हो सकता है. बट स्टीव स्मिथ की आपने बात की, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टेक है. 34 मैचेस, 60 इनिंग्स खेली हैं उन्होंने, 47 के एवरेज से 6 सेंचुरीज मारी हैं. सर, जब भी बात होती थी कि इस करंट जनरेशन का हु इज द बेस्ट बैटर इन दिस करंट जनरेशन, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल यूज्ड टू phrase it this way कि विराट कोहली is the best batter all across the formats in the current generation. But when you talk about test cricket, Steve Smith is the best of this era. Do you think Joe Root has surpassed Steve Smith, or is on the way to go to be the best test batter of this era? Or do you still
Look,
think Smith is ahead of him?
clearly, Joe Root has taken over here. That kind of consistency is absolutely unreal, and scoring those many hundreds is no joke. So one thing is for sure, he's just not easy on the eye. He knows how to score runs by the tons, and that is something which kind of separates a good player or kind of pushes a good player to become a great player. So that's what Joe Root has done in the last 3-4 years, and credit to him. Abhi, when you kind of look back, say after 10 years, when you and me will meet in Bombay someday, have a coffee, we'll remember this show and we'll say, यार वो तो पाटा ट्रैक पे रन बनाया. ठीक है, ऐसे बहुत पाटा ट्रैक्स पे विराट ने भी रन बनाए हैं, स्मिथ ने भी बनाए हैं, केन विलियमसन ने भी बनाए हैं. So you have to be good to cash in on these tracks as well, on these conditions as well, and he's in a good space of mind. He's scoring runs, looking positive, looking aggressive. That intent is there, and the moment you start looking for runs, things start going in your favor. You just can't dead bat everything, even in Test cricket. This is probably something towards the later half of his career. Even Pujara realized कि defense is fine, but at the end of the day, you need to have runs on the board. So वो मेंटालिटी आपको कहीं ना कहीं अब जो रूट में दिख रहा है कि स्कोरबोर्ड पे रन लगाना भी जरूरी है.
या या और जो रूट की बात की तो आई वुड लाइक टू एंड दिस वीओडी ऑन विद दिस क्वेश्चन जो हर कोई पूछ रहा है साहिल. अब आई एम गोइंग टू फ्लैश अ ग्राफिक ऑन योर स्क्रीन. Will we see Joe Root at the top of the table when he retires? He is 12,000 highest. He has crossed Lester Cook also now. This is an older graphic, but will you see Sachin Tendulkar be surpassed by Joe Root at the end of Joe Root's career?
Why not, yaar? Like 3 more years, right? Not more than that.
Yeah.
And you'll probably see him prioritize Test cricket over the rest of the formats very soon. So you'll see him playing a lot of Test cricket only for England.
Yeah.
And I clearly remember, I think 5-7 years back, if I'm not wrong, there was a similar discussion when Alistair Cook had a similar run with the bat, and there were loud murmurs and chatter of Cook taking over Sachin Tendulkar, but that one bad series kind of triggered that he was done for the day, and he started playing those club games and county games even after retirement. Sir Alistair Cook, the great. But Joe Root has the potential, has the opportunity to not only become the greatest England batter, but also to overtake the god of cricket, not just Indian cricket, but the god of cricket. So that's going to be some feat, यार, क्योंकि आप बहुत टाइम से डिस्कशंस करते थे, आप सोचते थे हाँ विराट कर देगा, रोहित कर देगा, बट जो रूट को किसी ने आते हुए देखा नहीं था. बट लास्ट 4 साल जैसे आप कह रहे हैं, वो जो अक्यूमुलेशन हुआ रन्स का और हंड्रेड्स का, that puts him right up there and the favorite to overtake Sachin Tendulkar right now. 2 good years, he should be sorted.
Absolutely, 2 good years, because as I said in the beginning, England plays the most number of test matches in a year. तो सिर्फ साल नहीं है, एक साल में क्योंकि इतने टेस्ट मैच खेलते हैं, तो he has a lot of matches at his disposal to overtake the great man Sachin Tendulkar. But then again, Sir Lester Cook, जैसे साहिल ने कहा, लग रहे थे, but out of nowhere he decided, okay, I have to retire. I'll retire now. Joe Root का भी पता नहीं, you never know when a player wants to retire. But as of now, it's a huge task. But Joe Root is well on his way to overtake Sachin Tendulkar, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much, Sahil, for connecting with us. It's an interesting debate, as you said. After a few years, we'll discuss कि यार ये सोचा था उस टाइम पे, क्या हो गया, जो भी रिजल्ट होगा, जब भी ये चारों रिटायर होंगे, who will retire where. But no matter what, these four are the best batters of the current era, and they will go down as one of the best in the history of the game. Thank you so much, Sahil, and thank you so much to all of viewers for connecting with us. Please have a good day and do subscribe to the Cricket Next YouTube channel. Thank you and have a nice day.